Okay.
Hello, salutation, greetings.
Yeah, close that, close that. Here we are. I'm gonna be playing Magic the Smattering.
MTG is a card game.
Magic the Gardening.
It's true. There will be some gardening.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Helen's showing me the notification that I'm live on YouTube.
Nice.
Alright. So, how do we start?
So first, we're gonna load deck.
Load
Right.
Dick.
It's in the top left. What do I want to play?
Oh, load. Okay, there it is. And then, bap. Oh my god.
So now you can see every card that you have in your deck.
Got a lot of planes.
It's a mono white deck. You need a lot of planes.
What am I gonna go? Gardening? This is gardening.
A little bit.
This is Magic the Gardening.
Just wait until you play green for the first time. So your deck that I've built for you is what we call mono white, which means it's only white.
Yeah.
There are 5 colors in Magic:
Uh-huh.
white, green, blue, red, and black. Yours is only white, so you don't have to worry about other casting costs or anything like that.
Okay, okay.
Your commander is Light Paws. Would you like to read Light Paws real quick?
If I can.
You can also middle click to make the rules text bigger.
Oh, I have to hold it. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than. Okay. This is very.
That is
I'm already
not the
confused.
longest text
I'm already confused.
in your deck.
Alright, different name. Okay.
So essentially, your deck is mono white. It cares about auras, which are a type of enchantment.
Okay.
You're gonna want to. The general strategy for the deck I've made is you want to get Light Paws out. She's 2 mana, I believe, so you can do it on turn 2 or maybe turn 1 with some shenanigans.
Okay.
And then put auras onto her and make her really strong. Have one really strong unit on the board.
Okay.
That's tough for me to interact with.
So we're juicing.
Essentially.
Okay.
And then with Light Paws effect, you get to look through your deck and see what card would be good for this situation on the board at the current moment. And put it onto her for less mana cost.
Okay.
So you get to look through your deck and you get to see what things do. So
Sorcery.
let's, if you're ready to learn, hit ready to start.
Okay.
I'm going to play Ayara first Flock Twin, just because I know it. So first things first, there's a lot of things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not always set up for you, because Cockatrice is a program that is free.
Mm.
So first, I'm going to need you to hit Control L.
What the hell? Okay.
Should say new value for counter life. Put that to 40.
40. Okay.
Because Commander is a 40 life format.
Okay.
Then we're gonna hit Control and then F3. That should bring out your sideboard, which should have your Commander.
Okay.
So go ahead and put your Commander right where I put mine. That's what we call the stack.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So now we're gonna draw our first hand.
Okay.
So hit Control M, and then it should say 7,
Yeah.
and then hit OK.
Okay.
So Magic has a resource system where you need lands,
Yeah.
the planes you were talking about earlier.
Mm.
You want to have in your opening hand a decent mix of lands and other spells you can play.
Okay.
Just for the sake of learning, how many lands do you have in your hand?
4.
4 is probably okay to keep.
Yeah, 4 planes.
That's good. So you can play 1 land on each of your turns,
Okay.
unless something else specifies you can do more.
Okay.
And that's the basic like resource management. Things can interact with lands, they can tap them, they can destroy them, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But overall, it's just your basic resource. So just for the sake of learning, I'll start first, so you can see what like a opening play usually looks like. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna keep. Typically, if you want to lose your hand, like let's say you have no lands and you literally couldn't play anything if you wanted to,
Mhm.
right? There's we call it mulliganing. You can throw away your hand, shuffle your library, which is your what we call the deck,
Okay.
and then you can look at 7 more cards, and then you start putting 1 away each time, except for in Commander, we get 1 free mulligan.
So a mulligan
That's
is you throw away all of your cards and get new ones, basically.
yes. So the first one in this format that we're playing, Commander,
Uh.
is free.
Okay.
But after that one, you go down, you look at 7 more cards, and then you have to put 1 to the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
But we're both keeping, so that's just tertiary information for now.
Okay.
So I'll start. So do you see the left-hand side of the window?
Yes.
These are all the phases of Magic the Gathering.
The
This
colors?
consists... No,
Or
no,
the,
no.
oh, the
All
very
the way
left.
to the left.
Okay. Okay.
These are all the phases in Magic.
Okay.
A whole turn consists of all of these technically. Not always. So we're going to untap. There's nothing to untap. It's turn 1. There's no upkeep triggers. So we'll draw our card for turn. Typically in like 2-player games, you don't. But we're playing by Commander rules, even though we're 2 people instead of 4. So I'll draw for turn. You won't yet.
Oh.
So hit Control-Shift-D.
Okay.
There you go. It undoes your draw. So I will go to my main phase, which is where most things happen. Like playing lands and casting most spells. Okay?
Okay.
So I will play a swamp. I will tap it,
Stay out of
denoting
my
that I've
swamp.
paid for it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I
you.
said stay out of my swamp.
Yeah. So basic lands come in to what we call untapped, which means you can use them immediately to pay for things, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna tap this swamp to float a black mana, technically. Play Viscera Seer, which costs, if you look in the top left, top right of the card, you see a little skull.
Yeah.
That means it costs 1 black mana.
Okay. So what does tapping and untapping do again?
So for lands, tapping specifies that you're using it to get the resource mana.
So when it's sideways, that's tapped.
Yes.
Okay.
And that goes for all cards. All cards can be tapped.
Okay.
Not everything matters when it's tapped.
Yeah.
And some things like my commander have abilities for tapping and things like that.
Okay.
But okay, so all creatures in Magic the Gathering, unless they have the keyword haste, cannot attack the first turn they come down.
Okay.
So we're going to go to combat. I can't attack. So we're just going to go straight to the end of combat. And then after combat, there's another main phase. So it's just like main phase 1, it's just after combat.
Okay.
I have nothing to do in that, so I'm going to hit my instep. Instep, if you have more than 7 cards, you discard down to 7 cards. Because there's a lot of card draw in a lot of decks.
Okay.
But mostly it's there to just clean up stuff on the board, or you can have effects on my instep, like if you can play what are called instants. And essentially that is just where this stuff happens. So go ahead and hit pass turn.
Okay.
Now we're on your turn. So we're in your untap step. You don't have anything to untap, so you go to upkeep. You got no upkeep triggers, so you go to your draw step.
Okay.
And then hit draw one more time, and you'll draw your card for turn. Then go to main phase.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what your hand is, because we're just learning.
I
But
mean, you can see
fine.
it.
I could, but I don't. So if you have something that costs 1, which would be for you 1 little sun,
Yeah.
or just the number 1
Mhm.
in like a gray circle, you can
Yeah.
play a land, tap it, and pay for it. You should try and play a land every turn if you're capable, even if you don't have something to pay for, because it sticks around.
Okay. Let's
So-
just see. I have to read what I have because I do have
Mhm.
2. I think I can play, but okay. I think I just wanted to that.
Yep.
And then that.
That's a very good card to play on turn 1. Alright, so you got an Esper Sentinel. It's a very good card. So whenever I cast my first non-creature spell, which is anything that's not a guy with life total, power and toughness,
Hmm.
I have to pay more mana, or you get to draw a card.
Okay.
So do you have anything else you can do right now?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll head to your end step.
Okay. So that's. And then just.
You don't have to go through all of them, you can just shorthand. Alright, so I will pass to myself. I will untap my swamp. I still have nothing that triggers on my upkeep, so I will draw a card. Okay. So now I have a bunch of plays I could do. I think for simplicity's sake, and the sake of teaching, I will play swamp. I will tap 2 of those, and I will play the card Bitter Blossom. So you see how it has a skull and then the 1?
Yeah.
That means it costs 2 total, but one of them has to be black.
Okay. I see. I think.
This is an enchantment, so it's a not a creature spell, so I
Yeah.
can't pay for an Esper Sentinel, so you can draw a card. So hit Control D and you'll draw a card. Congratulations, you've got your first bit of value. So, just to explain, Bitter Blossom doesn't do anything until my upkeep. On my
Yeah.
upkeep, I lose a life, and I gain what's
get
called a
1/1.
token,
Yeah. Oh.
which is a creature in this. But tokens they're a little unique. They're not quite like most other cards, but we'll explain that when it becomes relevant.
Okay.
So I will go to combat and I will attack you.
Me.
Yep. So I'm declaring attack.
Oh no.
So you have a couple of options. We're going to go to the block part.
Okay. So I guess I pick a thing that
You can
block the damage.
you can pick a creature to block the damage.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Hmm.
And in this case, I would
don't think
suggest
I
not
would,
doing
yeah.
so. But you will go down to 39 life.
Okay. There we go.
So when you declare no blocks, we go to the damage step. That's when damage happens. And then there's an end of combat. And that's just for cleanup for the most part.
Hmm.
And things like that say until end of combat, that's when this happens.
Okay.
Second man, I will do nothing. So I will go to my end step.
So what do you
And
do for second main again? Like what can happen?
it's exactly the same as your first main phase.
Okay.
It's just it happens after combat. So
like on the second main there's no combat.
not unless there's a card
card
that
that-
says there's another combat phase after this.
Okay.
Like the rules of Magic.
Squeak.
Oh, Squeak's here.
Hi. I forgot. We're just
We're
in
on
this
stream.
regular. Yeah, we're
What's
streaming.
Oh. Kuro the Fox, more like Kerbo the Box, am I right?
What? All right. Anyway.
What
got
was
it.
I saying? Oh yeah. So cards get priority first on rules. If something says like take another combat phase after this,
Mhm.
that happens. Like it doesn't just go, oh well, screw that. We're not doing that kind of thing. You understand?
I think
It'll become easier with time.
yes.
But we're on my end step, so if you have no effects on my end step, pass to yourself.
Don't think so. So. Meh.
Mhm.
Uh.
So double tap, untap, and that'll untap your plane for you.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this.
So don't forget.
Oh.
You untap, then you upkeep, then you draw for turn.
Ew. So
I like how on the stream, Claire's whole name doesn't fit, but it's just the T.
okay, it did before you showed up.
Clarine.
I can fix that.
I don't even have a Twitch account anymore. How does this work without a Twitch?
You don't get to say anything.
Hmm.
You have no chat privileges.
Wait, I'm signed in as Magical Head
Oh,
Let's go
on
ahead.
Twitch. Why am I signed in
get out!
as her on Twitch?
Get out!
On Twitch? Why? How? When did this happen?
I guess she logged into your computer. Anyway,
Wait, hold on. Let me emote in chat real quick. And then log.
bro. All right, so I did the draw.
So- You're on your draw step. You still haven't drawn for turn.
When did that
So
happen?
tap it one more time.
Oh.
Or double tap it. Yep. There you go.
Okay.
And now we'll go to your main phase and you can play your plane.
Okay. What the hell is this? Oh. I don't know what this does.
I mean, since you're learning, if you want to just put it onto the field and I'll tell you how it works if you don't
Yes.
understand. Okay. Iganjo is a little bit of an advanced card. So It's legendary, which means you can only have one
Uh-huh.
on the battlefield on your field.
Mhm.
That doesn't really matter in this format, but essentially it's a card that's a land, but it can also be technically a spell that's not a spell. I would
Okay.
say play your planes,
Yeah.
because
I think
It's a very good
I think I
effect.
understand what this is. Like it can be a land, but if you
You
discard
can
it, it can be
use
used as
it
a spell.
like a spell. It's still technically a land ability. It's a little weird,
Okay. I think I
but
get
it's
it. But yeah.
yeah.
So that
Uh-huh.
let's see. Hmm. I don't think I want to use that yet. Okay, I think that's. So I'm gonna do that,
Mhm.
and then. Oh yeah, I forgot.
You-
I should go to the.
You can also still technically like you can play this card. It's just in what we call the command zone
Okay.
because it's your commander.
So how deep into the game are you so far?
It's like.
We're on turn 2s.
Yeah.
Turn
it's
it.
it's been
you-
half an
you
hour. We
still-
did 2 turns.
There's a lot of teaching.
I know.
There's
just
a lot
funny.
to learn, I'm sure.
Okay.
It's a very
let's-
complex game.
Let's see. Whenever. Okay. Okay, but I don't. Okay, I understand. I understand. I think so. I'm gonna attack. How do I do that? Just click and then click.
So right click Esper Sentinel,
Uh.
and then you'll draw an arrow if you drag, and you'll.
I see.
I mean, you don't have to because we're 1v1ing, but it does matter if we're actually playing commander with 2 other people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can you play 2v2?
It's a well, there is two-headed giant, but usually it's a 4-player. This format is a 4-player free-for-all.
Okay. What's the most amount of players you can get in a game? Just 4?
I mean technically 4, but people play up to like 10-player commander sometimes.
Jesus.
It's a very casual format, so people will just play however much they have.
It's like a social game.
Yeah, this one is much more of a social format.
Social
So-
Slayer.
So Esper, when Esper Sentinel will attack, it will tap.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So it's
So-
gonna be like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Tapped creatures can't defend.
Okay. So like, if I was to attack Viscerous Seer, we would just kill each other.
No.
I don't know how that works. Yeah, how does
So
the
you
attacking
can
work?
only attack. Attacking, you can only attack the player,
Oh. Okay.
and then the person who has creatures that can block can choose to or not
Okay. So there's no.
with those creatures.
So there's no creature v creature. Kind of.
There can be, but cards usually
Generally not.
allow you to, and it's not like a base rule that you can just attack someone else's creature, like in Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that.
Okay. So,
So-
I'll do that.
Yep, and that means I will take 1 point of damage from Esper Sentinel. Real quick, untap your planes if you're not going to use them, because
true.
mana, when you change phases, it goes away.
Okay.
So, like, if you don't spin, if you tap 2 planes for 2 white, and then you go to combat, it fizzles. It goes nowhere unless a card specifies otherwise.
Okay.
All right, so we've taken my 1 damage.
Yeah.
So we're
How
in
do I
the
get
damage
rid
step.
of this arrow?
Just change phases.
Oh.
So we're right now in the
Oh.
end of combat.
Okay.
You can only do things that are at quote unquote instant speed at the end of combat, or in combat in general. Like if you had something that was a sorcery or an enchantment, you wouldn't be able to play them unless they had the keyword flash on them.
What?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
We're not going to worry about it for now.
Okay.
So let's go to main 2.
Okay.
You have 2 mana to spend.
Uh-huh. I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing I think I want to play yet.
You could play Light Paws. It is 2 mana.
Oh, wait, so what... But what would that do for me?
You have an extra creature on board, and you have your commander out for next turn that it can attack.
Oh, okay. What- So I should then do this,
Mhm.
and then this.
Yep.
Does it matter
Now you-
like where it's placed, or?
As long as it's above the line, it doesn't really matter. Some people get anal about it, but it doesn't technically mean anything. Just the line there denotes lands versus non-lands.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, you got your commander out. Good thing to do in the commander format.
All right. So I think that's it then.
So go to your end step, and I will pass to myself. So I will untap, and then on my upkeep, I will lose a life and make a fairy rogue.
It just says flying. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's the simplest thing I've ever seen.
I think you. What do you think flying does when it just says flying on it?
In this context, I have no idea.
So when a creature has the keyword flying on it, it means it can't be attacked it can't be blocked by something that doesn't have flying or reach.
Okay.
So it's a form of what we call evasion.
I see.
But it came in this turn and it doesn't have haste, so it can't attack yet.
Okay.
So I will draw for turn. And then go to main phase. I will play a swamp.
Swamp.
I will tap 1 swamp to cast the instant Dark Ritual. So that gains me 3 black mana for tapping 1.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That's enough to get out my commander, Ayara. I will use that floating mana, get her. When she enters the battlefield, I will gain 1 life, and you will lose 1 life.
Okay.
So set your life to 38.
What the fuck? Okay.
Then I will go to combat and shortcut to main 2.
No hitting.
No hitting right now. All of your things can block out all of my things right now. And Ayara doesn't have haste.
Okay.
So we will go to my end step.
Okay.
You got nothing on your upkeep, so yep. Don't forget to draw on your draw.
Yeah. Okay. What is this? Okay, I don't think I can play this yet. Or can I? No.
Play planes.
Well, that, yeah, put on this card. So that. So I have a card that has a number and 2 of the icons.
So the 2 icons means 2 of the mana has to be white that you spend on.
Okay.
And then the the number 2 in the little thingy, it means it can be 2 mana of any color.
Okay.
It's just a way to make sure that if you're
So-
running multiple colors,
So just
you
the
don't
total.
have to have.
The total has to be 3, but 2 of them have to be white.
If it's 1 and then 2 suns,
Well, I
meaning
have
2 white,
the
yes.
One I'm looking at is it has no. bleh. It has the number 3 and then 2 suns.
So it costs 5.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, so it costs 5, but 2 of them have to be white.
Yes.
Okay, I cannot do that then. So,
Not right now.
okay, that's not confusing.
It's just one of those things you gotta like get down in your brain.
Okay, I think
it-
then what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go beep, bop, boop, and then put this feller down.
Okay, so real quick, drag that to the stack, the thing on the left-hand side.
That?
So
Okay.
I have a response to this coming in. This is what I was talking about playing at instant speed. So first you need to declare what you're attaching this to, because it is an aura. Auras go onto creatures,
Yeah.
and then they give their effect.
Okay.
So I assume you're putting it on light pause.
Yes.
Okay. In response to that, I will tap a swamp for a black, and I will cast the spell Defiance. Defile, sorry.
So wait,
Targeting her.
how? Sorry. I'm just. Okay, so I put down my enchantment, and then you get to make a turn.
So it's not. It's what we call instant speed interaction. You
Okay.
see, if you look at Defile, it says under the card type instant,
Okay.
which means you can play it at any time that you'd be able to respond to something. That's why Unquestioned Authority is on the stack. It's. Did you play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? A little bit?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I
Um,
pretended.
So essentially, what we're doing here is we're building like a chain, okay? A
Uh-huh.
chain of things that are going to happen in sequence. It's first in, last out. So, right now, you're attempting to put Unquestioned Authority on light pause, correct?
Mhm.
I have a response to that because I can do things with the word instant on the spell at what we call instant speed.
I see.
And then I'm trying to defile, and that goes on top. You see?
Okay.
So you don't have anything else to respond with. So defile will resolve, meaning she gets -3/-3, meaning she dies.
Motherfucker. Okay.
I kept the defile in hand to show how this works.
Okay.
So she will die. She will go to your command zone, which is important.
So where's that at?
We don't have like a command zone
Is it just
for
here?
real, so just yeah. So unquestioned authority will go to the graveyard, which is the top thing that has the 0. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can still play light pause again, but she's gonna cost 2 more mana.
Okay.
So the way I like to denote that is we call it commander tax. So whenever my commander dies, I always put a 1 here to remember how many instances of 2 mana there are to pay for the next time.
I see.
Okay. Now that that's all resolved, the file
Jesus.
goes to the graveyard.
Just killed myself.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what Black does. Black is very much based around like creature removal and paying costs and using your life as a resource.
That little maneuver cost us 40 years.
So that's all resolved.
Okay.
You spent all your mana, unfortunately,
Yep.
but it's still your turn.
Okay. I guess I'll just try to smack you. Or. So how does this come into play? The Esper Sentinel.
What do you mean?
Cast their first non-creature spell. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, no, you would draw right now. Thank you. You're actually remembering your own trigger.
Oh.
So this would technically have happened as I played Defiled. That would go on top of the stack over Defile, and then it would resolve first, and then Defile would resolve. It's what we call a triggered ability.
Okay. Sure. So.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes. Yes. So I drew.
You draw one card.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think I'm at. So if I try to attack you, you're gonna be able to defend it.
Yeah, I have two. I have three things I could block with.
Right. Okay. So I think. I will not attack. I think.
Seems like a decent strategy.
So I will just boop
Hmm.
and then and then
So I'm only making you do the like all of the things that to just make you like internalize that there's like phases, right?
yeah.
Like most people, especially people at my skill level, we just if we don't have anything, we're just like instant,
Yeah.
and that means we're moving to the end of my turn, kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna untap, upkeep, and draw. Well, actually, first, I do have an upkeep trigger. Do have to remind myself of this. So when the fairy enters, I will lose one life, but Ayara's ability will go on the stack, and you will lose one life, and I will gain one life because a black creature entered the battlefield.
Fucking. Okay, you're.
That's,
Your thing is just that swamp level in any Dark Souls game.
I mean, that's kind of what this deck is built around, is making a bunch of black creatures and then killing people.
Yeah. Oh, great. My eye is twitching.
So I'll draw, go to main. I will play a swamp. I will pay 2 mana for Jet Medallion. There's an Esper Sentinel trigger,
So
and
so I draw a card.
no. So what Esper Sentinel does, right? It says
Like
when
spells.
I cast my first non-creature spell, I can pay mana equal to the power of Esper Sentinel.
Oh, so you just paid mana. Until
So I
can't
can,
draw.
I can pay one swamp,
Yeah,
and it will negate the draw effect.
gotcha.
Jet Medallion, it makes everything, all black spells in my deck cost 1 less generic mana.
Okay.
And then I will play, with my last black, a Carrion Feeder.
What?
I will gain a life, and you will lose a life.
Keep clicking the wrong way.
It's okay. It took me a minute to remember them as well. And then I mean, this isn't a sound play, but I'm just trying to get you to learn. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to attack.
Mm-hmm.
One of these doesn't have summoning sickness. The fairy will attack here.
It doesn't have what?
It doesn't have summoning sickness. That's what we call what happens to a card when it doesn't have haste, so it can't attack.
Okay.
And I will attack with Ayara as well.
I guess I'll just tank it.
Okay. So commanders have a special ability. I don't know what I would call it. There's a special thing with commanders when they do combat damage to players.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Commanders do what's called commander damage. It's a separate, essentially life pool for every commander. So for this instance, you'll take 2 commander damage, which for my deck isn't really relevant, but this is just for me to teach you. When you get 21 commander damage from a single commander,
Uh-huh.
you die. It's the end of the game
Okay.
for you, at
So
least.
that's a separate life pool from what's here?
Essentially.
Okay.
You still take it to your life total, but it's like a separate way for more aggressive decks to win the game.
And how do you track that?
There's a bunch of ways on Cockatrice. Some people use, like, especially if you're monocolored, they'll put their mana pips to commander damage. What I like to do is I'll right click, set clone, and then put counters on how much commander damage I've taken for that card. So, like, that would be your Ayara commander damage.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not blocking, you take 3 damage.
So wait, how did you do that? Oh, I see. I
So-
counter.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2 commander damage, and then
Mm-hmm.
3 to my
Your
life?
actual life, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
I'm a bad teacher. I'm killing my student here. And then I will go to my end step.
This is like a dad teaching his son.
Yeah,
Is it
I guess
more
like
like
a
a
little bit.
like a mom teaching her?
right, but fathers are more mean about it.
Are they?
I just picked a deck. I didn't even think about it. I just thought, oh, this one has instants, sorceries, all the things I need.
It is all right. Untap.
Me when the sorcery is instant.
Upkeep, draw.
What? What's so
Uh,
funny, huh? You laughing? You laughing at
I
me?
just have a bunch of enchantments. I can't do shit.
So
Yeah,
well, hang on.
he was laughing.
Actually, wait.
don't forget to go to main phase.
Oh, right. Main phase. I'm gonna put one of those bad boys down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Claire,
then,
twist this guy's balls.
I'm in the middle of doing so right now, honestly.
No, I got this. Watch this shit. All right.
It is I
We're
who will
gonna
be doing
do
the
all
twisting
that.
of the ball.
And then shut up.
What?
Okay.
And then
What do you got?
I'm gonna put this down here. Oh wait, that goes here?
It goes to the stack first. Yeah.
Okay.
Wrath of God. It's a very good card, especially right here. I have a response.
God damn it! Of course you do.
So we're gonna read Viscera Seer together, okay? I will use
Read
Viscera
what?
Seer's ability.
Okay.
So I will sack a fairy,
Uh,
I will look at the top card. I don't want that card. I will put it to the bottom. That is what scrying allows you to do.
uh,
I will do that 3 more times.
Jesus.
Yep.
How come you get to do it 3 times?
Because it's a ability of a creature that does not have. You can only use this as a sorcery, so I can respond to Wrath of God as many times as I'd like with this ability.
What?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's stupid.
Until you have it, and then you'll be like, "This is the best
Yeah,
idea."
of course.
I will bottom that as well.
Bottom.
One more.
So you could just literally figure out what your whole deck is, if you wanted to.
I mean, it's one of the abilities you can do with this card is basically draw selection.
Yeah.
So Iara will die. She will go to the command zone, and then I will sacrifice Viscera Seer to itself, which you can do.
What?
Yep.
Just okay.
It says sacrifice a creature. If it said sacrifice another creature,
Yeah.
then words have a lot of power in MTG.
Jeez.
If you haven't noticed.
Literally kill yourself and just. Okay.
Okay. So now Wrath of God will resolve, and Esper Sentinel will die.
Okay. So that's gonna go to the graveyard.
And then Wrath of God will go to the graveyard.
Okay. So then, that's all I can do.
You did play your land for turn, yeah? So
And I can't. Yeah. So. Yeah. So that's it.
you,
Then.
yep. So you could shortcut to your end step.
Okay.
I will untap, upkeep. Bitter Blossom will make a fairy. I will lose a life. You do not lose a life this turn because IR is not on the field.
Yeah.
And I'll draw for turn. Go to my main phase. I will tap 1, 2, and 3 for a Bantu's Monument. My black creatures now cost 1 less on top of the 1 less from Jet Medallion. And you will lose life and I will gain a life every time I cast a black creature.
Fuck. Okay.
And then I have nothing else I can do, and I will pass the turn.
Good. Ugh, I keep yawning. I'm not bored.
Stop that.
Untap.
Because you're bored?
Upkeep. No, I'm not. Draw. Give me one. What is this? Finally a guy. Okay.
Don't forget, you can play Light Pause for 4 mana right now as well.
I see. What do I do here? Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Or,
Mm.
let's actually do this. I'm gonna go bop, boom, and then pow.
Hero of Erois, good. Your
Uh,
auras cost 1 less.
And then I think I can do this. I go bop, boom. Unless you're gonna have some bullshit. It's like, oh, actually, your whole team dies, and I get your car.
Most things that say destroy
Yeah.
all creatures or kill all creatures in some way are sorceries, which only happen on your turn, and they can only be the first ability on the stack.
Okay.
So I don't have anything like that.
Okay,
right now.
Okay. For now. So
now.
so this
Actually, just kidding. I took your tax return for next year. Um,
And your shoes.
and you... Actually, just the left shoe, not even both of them.
That's a very good idea to do right now.
So yeah, I'm putting that on.
So it
Hero.
costs one less. So untap a planes because Hero of Erois
Oh,
makes auras
shit,
cost one
you're
less.
right. Let's go. Okay. So I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. I can't play anything else. So yeah.
So put it onto the battlefield and then right click it and right click attach to
Oh,
card and then attach it to Hero of Erois.
okay.
And then put click on
Okay.
Hero of Erois and do Control Alt plus
What the fuck?
because something targeted it. You see from its second ability. So it gets a +1/+1 counter, making its power and toughness 3.
Yeah. And I guess for the achievement, I have to choose a color.
Yeah, you
And I'm
should
gonna choose
choose black. Yes, very good.
So how would I do that?
You can usually just tell people, but for your own sake, you can set annotation and make it black.
Black. I see.
There you go.
Okay. Black.
Black.
Okay, and I think that is all I can do. Oh wait.
Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't
I
have
can't,
haste.
I can't attack. So yeah. I'll
Not
just-
until next turn.
So I will just end.
So, I mean, we kind of skimmed over it, but I think protection makes a lot of sense. Protection means I can't target it with a black spell. It cannot be affected by most spells that are black now,
Mm-hmm.
or effects that are black, unless it targets everything. So like,
So it can't.
if you
It can't be singled out, but if it's like a. AOE,
if it's part of the whole board being wiped, it still dies.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will untap, upkeep, and draw. That's a very bad draw. I will play Swamp for turn. So, oh, I missed my upkeep trigger. See, it happens to the best of us.
Oh.
So I have 2 cost reduction. So I will pay 3 for Iara once more.
Oh brother.
So there are 2 triggers on the stack. You will lose 2. I will gain 2.
Motherfucker. Whoops. Is that right?
Let's see here.
Yeah.
You
it
lost
was at 33.
4.
So. woof.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will go to combat. One of my fairy rogues does not have summoning sickness, so it will attack here for 1. It has flying.
Yeah. So I can't do anything.
Not unless you have reach
I
or
do-
something that can kill it.
No.
Alrighty. And I will say go.
Okay. Don't think I have anything upkeep. So, draw. Gimme. What the hell is this? Okay. Add. What is that? Alright, I can't read this. I don't know what this It's this one.
Okay, so this is what we call an artifact.
Yeah.
Mind Stone, so you pay 2 mana. You get the card onto the battlefield, Mind Stone.
Mm.
It will tap, it will make a colorless mana,
Okay.
and you could it untaps on your untap step like anything else.
Yeah.
You can also play it out for 2, tap it, pay 1, and sacrifice it to draw a card. It's a way to
So
it's a way to accelerate your mana because you get another source of mana that isn't a land.
right, okay, I got that part. It's the second part I don't.
So, say you wanted to do this.
Right.
If it was on my board, I would pay a swamp, tap it, and then I would sacrifice it, which
Okay.
means it would go to the graveyard, and then I would draw a card from the effect.
Okay.
Artifacts, they don't have summoning sickness unless they're creatures, so you can do that right now if you would like. It would cost you 3 mana in total.
Summoning sickness or summoning thickness?
Sickness.
Get down with the thickness. Okay. Just wanted to know what that was. So, gonna put down a plains. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. So I have that. What does this do? Oh. Ooh.
Don't forget, you can play Light Pause.
Yeah, yeah. What does this do? What is, and perhaps what is this?
I'm gonna bring out the lobster.
Okay, okay. I might wanna. Okay, we'll save that. Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna do bop, beep, boop, and then another enchant.
Angelic Destiny. Okay.
Oh wait, that's an aura, so that actually costs 1 less.
Yep.
Put it on hero.
Uh-huh. I've got no effects.
So does that give him 5/5? Because
You're exactly right. So he'll become an 8/8
yeah.
with flying and first strike. And also an angel, but that doesn't really it isn't really relevant for your deck.
Wait, how do you change that again? The numbers.
Control Alt plus plus.
Well,
And then 2 more. There you go.
and then
And don't forget to attach it.
Yes. Put it here and then attach to. So then flying first strike.
Flying first strike and protection from black.
Yeah, so
And
I'll
it's
just-
8/8.
Whoops, that's. I typed first stroke. That is not right. Okay, Jesus Christ. I got a juiced up boy.
Yeah, that's essentially what I made this deck to do. It usually does it on Light Pause, but I have backup creatures in that deck for it.
Thank you. Okay, so then I could play something else.
Or you could wait until your second main.
I think I'm gonna put down the Mind Stone.
Okay. So you still have 2 mana as well, because you can tap the Mind Stone for a colorless right now.
Yeah, but I don't have anything, so I'm gonna just maybe I'll undo it then.
I mean, it's still good, right? Because you'll have it for next turn.
True. Okay. Like. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do that.
And you could tap and sack it right now if you really needed a card.
No, don't think so. So then,
I'm just
yeah.
listing your options.
Yes. So I will start the combat,
Hmm.
and I will punch.
Okay.
Bam.
I will block with my Fairy Rogue.
Uh-huh.
The Fairy Rogue will get first strike damaged, and it will die. But I will take no damage.
Okay.
And it's tapped as well.
So what does that mean?
Remember, tapped creatures can't block.
Okay.
So I'm talking about your Hero of Erois, I'm sorry. It doesn't have what we call vigilance, so it will tap to attack.
So the explain.
So,
So I'm attacking you, and you
Uh-huh.
use the fairy to block,
yes,
and then it dies,
it dies.
and it can't attack back. So does my guy not take damage?
Well, you would usually, but you have first strike, which means the
So-
damage goes first.
Okay, so that
You also have protection from black, so even if you didn't have first strike, you would still take no damage.
okay.
But I did block, and you're attacking, so Hero of Erois is tapped.
Okay.
I
So-
essentially blocked it with my 1/1 for essentially free.
Okay.
There's a keyword, which there's a lot of words that just have bigger explanations that we've shortened down,
Uh-huh.
called trample. If it had trample, I would block 1 damage,
Uh-huh.
not with first strike, but without first strike, I would take 1. It would take 1 damage, and then I would take 7.
Okay.
But right now it doesn't have it, so we just blocked it out.
Okay.
It's what we call chump blocking, if you'll ever hear that.
Okay.
So that's on damage, so we're at the end of combat.
Okay.
Alright. I have no effects on instant, so I will pass myself. On upkeep, I will make a Fairy Rogue. You will lose a life, and I will gain a life. But I lose a life to make the Fairy Rogue, so my life total stays the same, actually. I will draw. Holy shit! Why? No gas. Absolutely no gas. I will go to main phase. I will play Swamp for turn. I will use Ayara's second ability to tap to tap her and sacrifice a creature to draw a card. Yep. And then I will tap. Jesus Christ, it's only 1. Fucked up. I will play Veto the Thorn of the Dusk Rose.
Huh.
So whenever I gain life, you will lose life.
What the Okay.
There are 2 triggers on the stack right now. Bantu's Monument and Ayara. So, Bantu's Monument, you will lose a life, I will gain a life. Ayara, you will lose a life, and I gain a life. And then there are 2 veto triggers, so you'll lose 2 more life.
What the fuck?
I
You're just-
built the deck very well. I'm sorry.
God. Okay.
I will go to combat.
Oh, gee. What? I wonder.
I will swing the Fairy Rogue for 1.
Okay, I guess I'll block that.
You cannot.
Like, oh, right, it's flying.
No, it's not because
Oh.
it's flying. It's because Hero of Erois is tapped.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you'll go down to 24, and I will end combat. Go to second main.
Stop hurting me.
That's the point of the game, is to hurt each other.
I know.
I've just been more effective because I know what to do.
Yeah, you move.
I will end step.
Okay. Here we go. Draw. What is this? Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Buckle my shoe.
Light pause, yep.
Put that out. And then we're gonna do 1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
Remember, auras cost 1 less.
I knew that. I was testing you.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay, so then I'm gonna put that on hero.
Okay, so hero has a trigger. You're targeting it. It will get a +1 first.
Here.
Go to 9-9. Okay. Now you can attach all the glitters. Wherever you like. So it gets +1/+1 for every enchantment and artifact you control, right?
Yes.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets 4.
that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then since I have light pause out, does that go into effect?
Yep. The trigger goes on the stack. So you can look for any aura card in your deck that costs 1 mana, and you can attach it to light pause, I believe.
Okay. How do I do that?
So right click your deck
Uh.
and go to view library, and then you can just look through your deck and see what costs 1 mana. That's an aura.
Okay.
I think there's a couple.
This is gonna take a minute.
I mean, that's fine. I put it in. I made it so you could look through your
Oh,
deck.
They're sorted by types. I see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and alphabetically.
So it has to
In the
cost.
types.
So does it? So the card has to cost 1, even if it's like. So like I have a thing that makes.
It
my-
still has to cost 1 on the card.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, and perhaps what is this? Oh, okay. Well, that kind of. Okay, so this whatever I pick would go on light pause.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Might go with that one, but let's keep going. No. No. Okay, I'm gonna go with where is it? So I just grab it and put it out.
Yep.
So that one.
Hyena Aura is a very good card to put on light pause for sure.
So attach that.
And then she gets +1. Comes 3/3.
And she will have first strike.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think that is it then. For
That's
that phase.
everything. Yeah, if you want to go to combat, we can do that.
Mm-mm-mm. So then I will do that. And
Where's it going? There we go. I have no blockers because I attacked with my fairy rogue. So I will take 13 damage. I bleed. So we're at the damage step. I took the damage, so we can go to end of combat.
Okay.
Unless you have an instant you'd like to play right now.
No, I do not.
Alright, go to second main.
Yeah. So end, I guess.
You see now why it was prudent of me to kill Light Pause?
Yes.
It's kind of what the deck is built to do, is just make Light Pause super fucking buff. We call it a Voltron deck.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. I will untap. Upkeep, I will make a Fairy Rogue. You'll lose one, I will gain one. But I lose one to make the fairy. And then Veto will do 1 damage to you.
Yeah.
And then I will go to draw.
Yeah.
Did you say Gyat?
Get.
The W Gyat Skibbity.
Toilet.
Only in Ohio, bruh.
Okay, I will place one.
What is a Skibbity anyway?
No idea.
To toilet.
I will pay 2 from Jet Medallion Bantu's Monument. Play Falcon Wrath Noble. Black creature entered, you will take 1 and then take another 1, and I will gain 1. Down to 20.
Oh.
Then I will tap Ayara, kill one of the fairy rogues. There is a Falcon Wrath Noble trigger. You will lose 1, I will gain 1. And then you will lose 1 more.
Jesus.
And then I will draw my card from Ayara. That's what this deck is supposed to do, is
Just
kill
believe
things
me.
for value. Oh, okay. That's a card I could draw right now.
What is it, fucking Call of Duty nuke?
No. I mean, not yet. I need to remember how math works real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, good luck.
I will tap for 4. Because of Jet Medallion to play Sanguine Bond.
What is, and perhaps, what is this?
It's essentially the same effect as Veto,
I see.
but it's not a creature. So you're not losing any life because it enters the battlefield.
Okay.
Then I think it prudent to keep blockers up, or I might fucking die. So I will pass turn.
Okay. Okay. Give me the card, boss. Oh. Put that down.
Don't forget to go to main.
Fuck.
It's okay, a lot of people just forget to like go through phases on Cockatrice anyway.
So we have all this shit. I'm gonna bust. No.
What? Right here?
Do I put? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna. So is that? That's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's actually 4 because 1 less.
If it's an aura.
Yes. And it's just a bop.
Mantle of the Ancient. Enchant a creature you control when it
Oh.
enters the battlefield.
I
Return-
had no idea they added passive perks in Cyberpunk.
Oh. Anyway.
When it enters, you can put any aura any number of aura or equipment cards from your graveyard onto the battlefield attached to an enchanted creature. Pretty good, especially in Light Pause. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. All right. Where would you like to put Mantle?
It's gotta be on my boy.
Hero of Heroes?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, by the way, you put Hyena Umbra out, so all that glitters gives Hero of Heroes one more. Because it only cares about them being on the battlefield, not attached to him. And then you'll add one from targeting him,
Yeah.
and then you can attach it.
Jeez.
And then you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll become a 19/19.
Uh-huh. So, and then,
Then Light Pause triggers.
yeah, so I can... Let's see.
You can look for anything 4 or less.
Okay. Wait, why 4?
It's the mana value less than or equal to. So, it's 5.
It is 5.
My bad.
So it's gotta be 5 or less.
5 or less, which is most of your deck.
Yeah.
Mantle of the Ancients is one of the top end cards in this deck.
I see. But I'm gonna try to pick something I can just put down now. Probably.
Well,
I mean,
you have to. It has to attach to Light Pause.
Oh, I see. I see. I'm assuming. Okay, this card says it gives the creature double strike. I'm assuming it attacks twice.
Yeah, so it gets first. It's essentially first strike, and then it attacks again.
Okay. What is this one? I don't understand that one, so I'm not gonna pick that one.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. No. Alright, what's vigilance?
Vigilance means it doesn't tap to attack.
Oh, so I can attack and then still block?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, and then what's lifelink?
Lifelink means the amount of damage you deal, you gain as life.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. I think I'm gonna... So what does it mean when a creature is legendary?
Legendary creature. I mean, sort of. Legendary creatures. Look at Light Pause. You see the little thing on top?
Little thing on top? Oh,
the little curls and stuff.
Yeah.
That denotes legendary. But legendary creatures means there can only be one copy of it on the battlefield.
I see.
On your side, I should say.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter that much in this because there's only one copy of every single card. But like in Standard or Pauper or any of those other formats where you can play multiple copies of legendary creatures, when you play a second one, you get to choose which one you get to keep and the other one dies.
Okay. Okay. This one? No. This one? I can't do that now. Or can I? I can.
It's 5 mana. and it gets attached to Light Pause.
Yeah, but wouldn't I only have 3 really, so wouldn't I only be able to pick a 3 mana card? Or does it not matter?
No, you paid 5 mana for Mantle of the Ancient.
Yeah.
It get TB'd, entered the battlefield. So
Mhm.
it's 5 or less.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have to have that much more.
Well, you get to attach it for free. It's just that's how much the card you're
Oh.
getting can cost.
Okay. Well, then I think I'm gonna pick not what I was originally gonna do, unless. No, we're gonna do what was this one again? Okay, we're gonna go with this one here.
Railroad Ascension. Each planes you control and has flying. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we're putting that on motherfucking.
You have to put it on Light Pause.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the button. There it is.
So it gets +7. Becomes a 10/10. Okay.
Yep.
Really wish I hadn't scried away one of my sweepers.
So.
You have 4 more mana if you'd like to play the one card in your hand.
Well, it's this, so I don't know if I can play it or not. I don't.
Oh,
we
it's still
skipped it.
Iganjo. No, you could channel Iganjo, but you couldn't play it as a land.
Oh, I see.
And it would cost 2.
Yeah.
100.
I will not do that. And I will begin combat.
How many did I get? 6. And how many did I need to pass? 6.
Oh wait, I need to
100.
need to add flying to this. I
That's
forgot.
true. I also forgot.
Okay. So we're gonna go worm and punch.
Just the one.
I can do multiple.
Yeah, you can tag it with everything. Like,
Oh, I'll do that then.
they both have flying, correct?
Yes. So punch.
I will. Neither of them have trample.
No.
Okay.
I don't believe that
I
has come
will
up yet.
block like this. And take no damage. In fact, there are 2 Falconwrath Noble triggers on the stack when they die. And you will lose 2. I will gain 2. And then you will lose 8.
Huh?
Because there's 2 Sanguine Bond effects.
Oh my fucking god.
Actually, it'd be 4. Sorry, I did the math wrong. So it's 6 in total.
How do I? Okay.
There's one of those auras in there gives creature trample.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one you should probably get next.
Yeah, isn't it?
What?
Squeak. Oh wait a minute. Wait. There's I forgot the mantle of the ancient thing. Return any number of target or.
Oh, we did forget about that. What do you have in your graveyard?
I have,
So you get In Question Authority out. So you would attach that to Hero of Erois. It does not target him when it comes back in, it just attaches. So you will get 2 from Mantle of the Ancients and All the Glitters. And then it will have protection from creatures on top of protection from black, and you will draw a card.
So I add 2 to that.
Add 2,
And then.
you will draw a card because it entered the battlefield.
Okay.
It doesn't change how combat happened, so we'll go to end of combat.
Okay.
Alrighty.
God damn, this game is so.
It's very complex.
This is extra.
Okay, upkeep. I will lose a life, make a fairy. I will gain a life. You will lose a life from black creature entering, and then you will lose 2 more. So 3 in total. And then I'll draw a card, see
Man.
what I get.
It's like if I attack you, I die. If you attack me, I die. What do I do?
Well, I think it's just you being new and not knowing what cards to get out of the deck. Because if you had trampled through, I'd probably die next turn.
That is true. I didn't know about that.
Okay. I mean, I think I gotta kill you this turn if I can.
No. Don't do that. I'll ban you from my stream.
What? What's happening?
Fuck. Nothing.
So
Yeah. What are you gonna do, man?
I'm thinking and pondering. I'm gonna play a Bastion of Remembrance.
From
When that-
Overwatch? Sorry.
No. I will make a human soldier token. It is white, so it does not trigger Iara. But when I essentially have another Falconwrath Noble, but it's an enchantment.
Okay.
So I will sack the human soldier token. No, sorry. I will sack the fairy rogue. Because I can't sack the creature to draw a card. So I will gain 1 life, you will lose 1 life from Bastion.
Hmm.
Then you will lose 2 more.
Uh-huh.
I will draw a card.
And
That's a
then,
pretty good card.
And then you will have my first unborn child.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, this costs 2 less. I will tap 2. Chittering Witch will enter the battlefield. It will make 1 rat.
Squeak,
There
I didn't know you were
are-
in this game.
Hmm?
I didn't know you were in this game.
So we have 2 IR triggers. You're dead from that draw,
It's fucking hell.
essentially. So there's 2 from Iara from the Chittering Witch and the Rat. Then there's 2 for each of those from Sanguine Bond and Veto.
Good. Golly.
Gyat.
So you go to -2
Okay.
and die.
Well, that was a good game.
Oh, and there's a Bantu's Monument as well, so you would be at -6,
Okay.
-4.
Okay, yeah, we gotta make sure it's straight.
I mean, it is technically
Oh.
does matter.
Oh, did you close it?
I did not mean to. I meant to hit F2, which concedes the game. I'll make us a new game.
So I didn't actually lose.
Socket error?
Undefeated champion still. Ugh. Okay.
So, do you feel like you learned at least?
Yeah.
Because you almost had me. It doesn't seem like it, but you
No,
almost
yeah.
had me.
If I had done things in slightly different order, yeah.
I will make new. It'll still be learning.
I think my brain cannot handle anymore.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. It's a very complex game. I only don't feel the fatigue because I played this for so long.
Yes. Oy. Plus, I need to take a shower and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm smelly.
So, how do you feel? Do you think that's something you would like to try and play more?
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. So
Huh.
now that you've had a little bit more experience, I mean, it's still not a lot, but
No.
I
I'm
think we
very
should
dumb.
still keep playing Light Pause for you for a while,
Yeah.
and then we'll see what like other decks you would like to try, and I can try and build you one.
Okay.
Like I told you a couple days ago, like that's those cards like Iara I really like, where it's like a slow grindy like, hey, I'm going to kill you eventually kind of thing.
Yeah, you got the bleed deck.
Yeah, essentially it's like a damage over time thing. I really like those, and I really like decks that make a lot of little creatures.
Cause you like little creatures. Cause you're a little creature.
It's true. um but I think Light Pause is simple enough for you to get the basics down,
Yeah.
to then branch out and then understand the game better to know what you truly prefer.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
There's just a lot of effects to remember.
There's a lot of effects, there's a lot of weird interactions and rules, and even people who've been playing this game for years don't get it right.
Yeah.
So don't feel too bad if you mess up, or you misplay or whatever. I've misplayed so many times and lost so many games that it's not even like a number I can
I mean,
mentally count.
I mean,
So
you did it with me. Shit.
I mean, because you get ahead and then you forget. Oh, there's a trigger here. There's a trigger there.
Yeah.
Head.
So no head. Anyway.
But I think if you like that, we can definitely try other formats later as well.
Okay.
But that one's more of what I typically play, is just Commander, but usually with 3 other people instead of 1,
Mm.
because that's how it's usually played. But I don't think it's a great way to learn, not one-on-one. So I just wanted it to be us.
I see. Yes, I understand.
And sorry if I overloaded you with information.
No, it seems like a game that just has a lot of information.
It is basically everyone trying to out rules lawyer everybody else,
Yes. Yeah, it's just
and whoever is the better rules lawyer wins.
it's a Better Call Saul simulator.
You're basically a lawyer, yeah.
And
Especially if
here's
you play
why
like
you're a sussy baka.
especially if you play like slow, grindy value engines like I do,
Mm.
where it's just like, hey, I have a trigger here actually, and then people will be like, shut the fuck up, and I'm like, I can't. It's not a May. You'll find out much later. Well, not much later, but pretty frequently. The most powerful words in Magic are May, and when enters the battlefield.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can maybe do this like whenever.
Yes.
You can stream it if you like.
Yes. Yes.
Love to see how you improve.
Same, cause like,
Yeah, like
Right.
I said, it's a lot of knowledge up front, but then once you've learned it, and then it speeds up and you get faster and better,
Mm.
and you process things a lot simpler, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is the first step on a greater journey to knowledge.
I'm on a journey.
And also, we don't play in paper, because that deck I made for you was $2,000. So we're never playing in paper.
What?
the secondhand Magic market is a whole different world that we don't want to get into, where people play $1,000 of cardboard.
And then they become obsolete in a few
The-
months.
Well, especially in the formats that I typically play, they don't. Some formats like standard, they do rotate out. Yeah. But a lot of them keep their value. It's like I'm never spending unless I like build a whole deck like $1,000 or even $100 on cardboard. Right? But some people play decks that are $6,000-$7,000. And I can't fathom like having a car's worth of cardboard
Yeah, no.
especially when there's services and programs like Cockatrice where you can just have the game pieces.
Yeah, these people are on crack.
I mean, I think there's value in wanting the cards. Like, I would love to own that Iara deck in real life,
Sure.
not for that amount of money.
No.
But people make what are called proxies, which, they're proxies for the actual card.
Oh, so they're fake cards basically.
I mean, they're
But
like mostly the same copy. They're just not officially printed,
Right.
so they're not legal in like real tournaments. Which who cares for Commander?
Yeah.
Because there's not really tournaments for Commander that aren't proxy friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But it matters for like competitive, what's the word? Formats, like standard and modern stuff like that.
I see.
Where the rarity of a card actually does mean something because you have to track it down to get it. But fuck all that.
Yeah.
We play to have fun, not to. My $7,000 would be to your $2.
Yeah.
You gave me the $2 bill, and
That
that's enough for me.
$2 bill. Like Iganjo, that card you had in your hand the whole game. It's like an $8 card.
What?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream here.
Yeah.
Good
But-
night, chat.
Hope everybody had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody.
How many-
Everyone.
Everyone.
Did anybody
Exactly.
join the stream?
We're gonna.
Squeak joined the stream
You
on
did.
Helen's account.
You did.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't even know when she would have signed in.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess when she was over one time. I don't know. Anyway, goodbye, stream. Alright, that's over.